Hi, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. If nothing in the reading resonates for you, please check your other placements. You may find a message within those. As always, if you do like the message, please like and subscribe. Hi, this is a collective reading for Leo. This is for the month of July. It is a collective reading, so not everything will resonate. Only take what fits and leave what doesn't. So let's get into it for you. Spirit, can we get some cards for Leo for the month of July, please? I'm atrocious at shuffling this deck. It wasn't that bad on my last few readings. I don't know what's happened all of a sudden. Spirit, can we get some cards for July for Leo, please? One at a time if you don't. Oh, one at a time, please, Spirit. Come on. Two more cards, please, Spirit. Oh, not like that, Spirit. That's just rude. One more card, please, Spirit. They've got it in for me today. They just want to keep giving people extra messages. No, that was not having four cards. There we go. Okay. So your overall energy then, we've got the Three of Spring, which is the equivalent of the Three of Wands. It says, plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. Okay. So you were potentially going into July with doing a lot of planning. And you're being very patient and hoping that things will, come to fruition. You're anticipating that and putting some plans into action. So at the start of the month, we have balance. And that is saying, take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time, there's no need to rush. Okay. We've got the King of Summer as well. A romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavour. So it could be that you're getting into a new relationship. It could just be that this person is somebody in your influence that you are currently potentially maybe trying to balance with. So the balance card is also temperance, or would traditionally be temperance. So that is healing, rejuvenation, harmony, potentially recovering from something as well. And it could be very much that you're healing with this King of Summer. Now I say king, it doesn't have to be a male. It is just personality traits. So it could also be a woman. But the King of Summer is somebody who is very in control of their emotions. They are pretty successful. They're pretty comfortable with the ups and downs of life, and they are somebody that would be a life partner, somebody that you would generally be with for life. So it could very well be that you are trying to find some balance with this King of Summer. Let's get some clarification on that, please, Spirit. Some clarification on this, on balance and the King of Summer. So we've got the Three of Swords coming out as a challenge. Nope. We've also got the Two of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Seven of Cups. So that Three of Swords is heartbreak. So potentially what you might be trying to find balance potentially with this King of Summer is potentially there's been some heartbreak that's happened, and it's a bit of a challenge to come out of this heartbreak. It could even be that maybe they've broke your heart, maybe you've broke their heart, and you're trying to come out of the other side. It could very well be that part of the challenge is that you might be thinking that their heart's been broken too much and you can't balance with them. And that could be potentially why it is a bit of a challenge there. But yeah, it's definitely some sort of heartbreak. It could even potentially be from a third party. There's nothing here suggesting that it is a third party. Well, actually, I say that. The Seven of Cups is somebody that has a lot of options, multiple choices. It might not have been a third party, but it could have been. It could have looked like somebody might have a lot of options, or somebody might be treating somebody like they're an option, not necessarily the choice. And maybe that's caused a bit of arguments and a bit of heartbreak. But like I say, this is you trying to balance that out, trying to get over it, trying to rectify that situation. But it is a bit of a challenge because it's hard to do. It's hard to overcome it. Now, this Two of Wands is suggesting that you are not really putting things into action, that you might be dreaming about it instead. And you're feeling a little bit limited in your abilities, and that you kind of keeping your eyes closed a little bit as well. So it's like you're trying to balance it out, but you're not quite sure how to. So you might be trying to just keep your options open instead. Right. So the challenge then that we have for you. So the Eight of Autumn, which is the Eight of Pentacles in normal decks. And that is saying, do more research before proceeding, education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. And we also have this card of Unity. And that is, that's usually the Hierophant in a normal deck as well. And we've got do the right thing for the right reason, compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. So what could be the challenge? Potentially, this is generally the Eight of Pentacles is generally somebody putting in a lot of work. So the challenge might be putting in work. The Hierophant can sometimes be a card of marriage. That's why it's called Unity in this deck. It is, it's uniting in certain religions, certain banners. Again, like I say, marriage potentially. It could just be faith itself, but it's working on. It's either working on a marriage or working on restoring faith. That is a challenge. So potentially this heartbreak could be in a marriage. It could be that maybe there was a third party situation which has caused some heartbreak. It could be that there was a suspected third party, with it just being somebody seeing that there may have been options there, or somebody being treated like an option. And it's going to take effort to work on it, because that's usually what the challenges are. Especially when it's working on it itself could be a challenge. It might be very hard. We've got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And we've got the Four of Swords in reverse, and also the Queen of Wands in the upright. So the Queen of Wands is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So this could be your energy, but it very well might not be. The Hierophant is not the Hierophant. The Unity card is Taurus there. So what's clarifying then? This working on this potential faith or marriage. We've got this Four of Pentacles, which is suggesting that you need to release something. So it could be that you need to release money. It could even be that previously you may have been holding back. So this could be that you need to give a little bit more freely into a relationship. It could also be that you need to appreciate things that money can't buy. Maybe you were a bit materialistic previously, and part of that challenge is to appreciate the fact that money can't buy everything for you. Like I say, it could be that you might need to be giving freely, either time, money, effort, whatever it constitutes into the relationship. That could be what it is that you need to work on. That could be quite hard for you. We've got this Four of Swords, which is suggesting time away, which also could be quite challenging if you're working on a marriage potentially, or a wet relationship of some sort, or even a faith. It's time to, you might feel like you can't act, you're a bit unsettled in your mind, and you need some time out to like rest and recuperate, potentially time on your own. So it could be very much that you may be on your own at the moment, and obviously distance in a relationship might be causing some sort of issues. But again, not being able to trust your own thoughts can obviously be extremely challenging. And then we've got this Queen of Wands, which could either be another person, or it could just be, it could be the same person, it could be another person, it could be you. Because like I say, it is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but it's somebody that's feeling very attractive, they're magnetic, they're confident. So they could be a challenge. So if it could very well be that either your person isn't feeling this, or you're feeling this, or it could very well be that this is a temptation that is a blockage or a challenge to you working on this. Which could be why you've got this Seven of Cups over on this side, potentially. Maybe that's what the heartbreak is that they've seen potentially a Queen of Wands in your energy, and it's caused a bit of disagreement, a bit of heartache there that you've got to try and, that you're potentially trying to work through. So Seven of Spring. So that's the equivalent of the Seven of Wands there for the outcome. So it's got, be assertive, don't back down from what you believe, courageously stand up for yourself. So yeah, having a lot of confidence in yourself, standing up for yourself at the end of them is the outcome. So if you are able to get through these challenges, your outcome is literally standing up for yourself. Oh, we've got a Queen of Swords there. So somebody that can't really communicate their own ideas, potentially. Not really able to trust their mind either. Which goes back to this Four of Swords. So potentially there might not be quite enough healing done there. But it's also somebody that can't express their emotions very clearly. We've just had the Ace of Pentacles that's jumped out, which is a start of new abundance. It's a start to something new and fresh. It could also be a restart, but it's a start of a new cycle. So, opportunities for success, manifestation, potentially physical money in there as well. We've got a Knight of Wands, which can be a little bit of a player energy sometimes. So again, that Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So maybe you're feeling like this at the end of the month. It could just be that you are feeling passionate and you want to fight for what you believe, which is what this Seven of Spring is, but it could be that you're ready to move towards something that you want to fight for, and you're fighting for what you believe in. And then you've got this Ten of Swords, which also came out, which is suggesting that you might feel a little bit guilty about something. So maybe because it's a bit of a sorrow, tears, sadness. It might not be your sorrow, tears, or sadness. It could either be this person over here or this Queen of Wands. It could be that somebody else is going to be in a bit of sadness. It could be that you might be being obsessed potentially a little bit with something, but it could be that you're feeling a little bit empty as well at the end of it. At the end of the month, you might be feeling a little bit empty, possibly if you're embodying this Knight of Wands and more of the player energy, not so much fighting for what you believe and sticking to it. You could be feeling a little bit empty and a little bit unfulfilled potentially, especially with this Queen of Swords where you can't express your emotions, because it could very well be that without those emotions being expressed very well, that even if you do go towards something, that if you're not expressing those emotions, it might not work out for you because of that. So yeah. So all I could suggest with that, is make sure that you do express what you're feeling. But like I say, stand up for yourself. Make sure that you're standing up for yourself and what you want, what you believe. Okay. And don't back down. Because sometimes some people will just be really quiet and not stand up for themselves and just kind of accept whatever comes their way, even if it means they don't get what they want, Right, so we're going to get a spirit of the animal oracle as well for you, Leo. Spirit, can we get a spirit of the animal oracle card, please? There we go. You've got the moose. Wisdom. So let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Okay. So stand up for your truth at the end of the month. Stand up for what you believe, what you want. That's what that Knight of Swords. I don't think I said what not Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. So the sword could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius also in your energy as well there. For that Queen of Swords. Right, let's get you an Angel of Light card as well to see if there's any more messages that Spirit want to give you. So you've got synchronicity. There is no such thing as chance in our incredible universe. The coincidences and synchronicities are carefully orchestrated by your guides and angels, so recognize them as the hand of Spirit. Rejoice when you recognize them, for they are the angel's message to you that you are on the right path. Start to expect them and look for them, but be aware that there is a divine reason behind them and consider what the message or lesson is. Synchronicity is also a reminder to you that things happen in divine timing. Your affirmation, all things happen in perfect timing. Now, considering those synchronicities, you did have 2 4s in there, so that is 4-4. So there is a synchronicity as well. So it's worth looking up any repeated numbers that you do come across to see if your spirit guides or angels have got any messages for you. Right, well, I hope that has helped some of you Leos get a bit of an idea of what's coming for you for July. Good luck, and thank you for joining me.